Welcome to Obstacle Running Adventures.
Over the last 7 years, we have consistently released weekly episodes focusing on
obstacle course racing, running, and other adventures.
You'll hear interviews, event recaps, conversations about our sport,
quick news updates about happenings in our community.
And now, here are your hosts,
Standing on the corner,
Michael Stefano and Caitlin Ritter.
Hey guys, my name's Stefano.
And Caitlin Ritter. And Michael, how was your weekend?
Pretty good. I really had a lot of fun with the event this weekend. You'll hear a lot of that. But it was good spending time in New Jersey with your family too. We in Massachusetts have tomorrow off, Monday.
Marathon Monday.
Yeah, more importantly, it's like Patriots Day or something.
Oh.
It's like another holiday too. But they do not. So they'll have work tomorrow, so I'll just leave for Massachusetts tomorrow, and then you'll come back Wednesday or something.
I'm taking the train Wednesday.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, it's been a pretty good weekend. Okay, let's give a shout out to our sponsors.
Mudgear, use code ADVENTURE for 15% off your next Mudgear purchase, and Caterpie, use code OCRReport20 for 20% off your next Caterpie purchase.
Perfect. We're going to shout out the $5+ Patreon supporters.
Jason Dupree, Samantha Thompson, Bradley Keel, Charlotte Engelman, Aaron Grindstaff, Laura and Stephen Ritter, Hank and Arlene Stefano, Kenny West, Cheryl Miller, Jessica Johnson, Nick Riker, Christopher Hoover, Kevin Gregory Jr., Evan Irick, Brent George, Logan Nagel, Asa Coddington, and Seth Rinderknuch.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. We greatly appreciate it. And to the OCR Report for being a great home for us on the internets.
And to Will Hicks.
The Podfather. Check it out over at theocrreport.com. And to our sponsored athletes.
Javier Escobar, Kelly Sullivan, Ryan Brizzolara, and Joshua Reed.
Yeah, poll results. Oops, I forgot.
Did we do a poll?
I did. I looked at it after I finished. I swear your activity in the archive button switched, so I keep pushing the wrong one. Here it is. So I posted, still having some bad lower back issues, so I have tempered expectations, not expecting much for obstacle completion, but looking forward to support a small OCR. How many laps will I get? So I had 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, or 6+, and 100% of people, every single voter, said 3 to 4. And so technically, I did 1.5 with mandatory obstacle completion, but I did 4 overall. So everyone was correct. So well done there. Surprised. Meme of the week we're going to skip because this is a long episode, but we're going to get to some quick news. First and foremost, the 2024 New England OCR Expo is next Saturday. In West Boylston, Massachusetts, we will be hosting a Deca Strong event, which Caitlin and I are going to be doing teams for. Very excited for that. And then there's also going to be a 100-meter course, which I know a lot of people are taking on. There's going to be an SGX coaching situation. There's a virtual race that you'll hear more about in this episode, too. And the medal is very nice. I have one, I think it's somewhere downstairs. And yeah, really looking forward to it. Use code OBSTACLES for $5 off. And yeah. Hopefully you'll be there. First, other news story, Obstacle Athletics closed.
Obstacle Athletics 6 days ago posted a bigger news on Long Island today. 1, the semi-total solar eclipse, and 2, the closure of Obstacle Athletics. While both are kind of disappointing Monday stories, at least you won't have to wait until 2044 for one of these to make a return. Stay tuned to our social media pages to find out when the next big thing is happening.
Yes, and we did have Kevin LaPlatney on the show to talk about it a little bit, say what he can on the subject. So it sounds like more things will be coming up with that. Next up, I wanted to mention the Dolly Dash. So
that's
this was
fun.
Posted by Jules OCR Addicts. So she posted dollydash.com. There's a 10K, 5K, 1 mile. It's going to be May 11th in Ringgold, Georgia. All race participants get a medal and a shirt. It's a cute video of her and some older ladies dancing to what I can only assume to be Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. We're working 9 to 5.
It might have been that song. I don't even remember.
Oh.
Moving on, we have a congratulations in order to Sarah Lacey Harrison.
She posted April 6, 2024, Perfection and God's Perfect Timing. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so she got married. We also have something that Anthony Kunkel sent to us, saying 6 invites for a week-long experience. Up for grabs, $500 for your next race. 2 sponsor contracts, free rent for 3 months. Media for the week, and access to a whole bunch of secrets. So check that link down below for all of these news stories. That should be an interesting time with Kunkel. Moving on, OCRWC finally announced their venue for this year's OCRWC.
And guess what? They're going back to Mammoth.
Mammoth. You messed it up again.
I thought about it too before I said it, which makes it even worse.
Yeah, they said join us in the stunning California mountains and take on the mighty Mammoth Mountain with a new centralized race venue and more ways to celebrate the community than ever. So I love OCRWC. I love the crew. I still have the same issues that I did last year too. So refer to all of the episodes where I complained about it last year in terms of it being difficult to get to, but more importantly, it being at elevation. So it really limits the athletes that are going to do well there.
Obstacle Racing Media posted new Spartan obstacle, Athena's Traverse.
Does it look familiar?
It's just one lane of weird things.
You don't recognize that at all?
Nope.
It's a very old Tough Mudder obstacle that's been around for a while now.
Oh.
So it's a Tough Mudder obstacle. I believe it's just the tip, I think it is.
Oh, and actually, now that you say that, I do kind of remember it's like the wood blank and then you're holding on the doorknobs, right?
Yes, but it is nice that trailer hitches. But yeah, it is nice that it has room for your fingers on top, which is great. We all wanted to give a shout out to Miranda Kapinski and Michael Suazo, who just joined Team Riverbend CBD. So congratulations to them on that new partnership. This also comes to us from Hybrid Racing Media, but it says, according to a LinkedIn post by several Hyrox employees, Hyrox 365 is an all-in-one training and education solution for operators and coaches. So they are speculating that this will be an online and or in-person system or a platform dedicated to Hyrox methodology, encompassing training, certifications, and etc. So they're going to keep their eyes and see what that's going to be all about. And Mythic Race has a new obstacle. I don't know if they have a name for it yet, but you start off like sliding with like a ring, and then you take an axe to another ring. It's a really unique obstacle. You'll have to click the link to see what that's like down below too. And then this is the unfortunate news. Ryan Kempson is injured. He posted, well, it was some 24 hours. Probably wouldn't have shared, but you just have to sit back and laugh when the sheet goes this sideways. Tore his Achilles on Saturday, then woke up this morning to a burst pipe that flooded his mom's house. And it goes on for a while. It was not a great weekend. And personally, Achilles issues is a nightmare of mine, as mine have been very tight and sore, especially after this weekend. Down below, there's 5 secret links, so go and check those out. But let's finally get to what this episode's all about. I've been wanting to check out Obstacle Wonderland for a while. It's the new kid on the block for small OCR in the Northeast, and I've heard pretty good things about it. This has been a big year for me getting back into the sport, running events that I haven't done before, so I figured I'd go all in with their 6-hour event. So I ran 3 laps, did interviews with 3-hour finishers. Names for all these people down below. Went out for my 4th and last lap, and then finished up with interviews with the fellow 6-hour finishers. Again, names below. And the DJ. Gabe, the race director, and Asa, who had some other exciting Northeast OCR stuff to talk about. And then I have like a recap at the end. So there's 7 minutes of start line audio, 21 minutes of 3-hour finisher peoples, 44 minutes of 6-hour finishers and the DJ, 23 minutes of Gabe and Asa, and 8 minutes of my recap. So check the timestamps below and see a list of all the guests. Let's get to it.
I really appreciate everybody coming, and I'm going to make this quick because I know everybody wants to get going, but just a couple quick things. Again, thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. Actually, there's Melissa. She won the ice bath over there. Thank you. Yep. I thought it was pretty cool. Thank you. And I really appreciate you always supporting. And actually, let's, I'm going to say, give a hand to Kevin for his new endeavors. I don't know if everybody knows. Kevin's moving on to different things, but we hope to keep seeing him out here. Yep. So thanks for coming, you guys. Obstacle Athletics, always great over here. Yeah. And Jarrett, thank you for bringing your crew down. Everybody from New Sanity. And, I don't know if everybody knows, but Jarrett got like a world record for carrying a bag of bricks for like, I don't know, for 20 miles or 200 miles. But congratulations. I don't mean to, I know you just carried a lot of weight for a long time, which is great. I'm so envious. Okay, so I'm just going to really quick. The obstacles, I just want to go over a couple of things. You know, the first hour is obstacle free. Ace is going to get into all that. But there are signs. There's a a volunteer at that rig over there. They're going to direct you. Also, over by the weaver. The weaver is over, under. You cannot touch the floor. Over, under. It's floor is lava, whatever you want to call it. But there's an instruction over there for that.
White one's over, black one's under.
Yep, it's right on it too.
On the obstacle, right on the pipe. It says over, under, on the pipe itself. On every single one.
Really quick, the trail is completely different than you've seen it last time when you've been here. You're actually going to be running on the power lines. So it's going to actually loop you out there. It's actually pretty cool because it's a bunch of flat straightaways where you can really barrel through. I'm just going to ask you a couple things. And I have a volunteer at the very end, so you don't keep going. He's there at the turn. It's a very simple. It's a very simple. Thank you. It's a oval. There's no trickery. There's no nothing. Just you're going to go out there. There's signs. Make a left. Keep going. The only thing I ask you to do is try not to throw any garbage on there. I went through a lot of effort to get permission to use that so we can expand the trails over here. So I would appreciate that and enjoy that. It's very nice. I didn't use a lot of tape because I wanted people to have a more natural look to the trails, but there are red markers everywhere on the floor or on the tree. You're not going to get lost, I promise you. There's no tricks, there's no lefts, there's no all this stuff. At a turn, there's going to be marked and you're going to see it. If you don't see a flag in like 2 seconds, just stop and look, you'll see it. Down hills, because it's a lot of rain, please. There's a couple down hills, just be careful. Really, I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Power slide.
Nope, I don't want anybody to get hurt. It's way too early in the season. There's a first aid kit over here. There's going to be somebody inside the trails with a first aid if you need it. There's going to be water over at the inverted walls over there on a table. There's over here, we're going to check in. Ace is going to tell you about your laps, and there's stuff over there if you need hydration. So whatever you need, this happens. This is my house, right? There's my house right there. You need sun, just walk right inside. You need to get warm, just go right inside. It's no problem. I'm going. I really want to give a big thank you. I really want to give a big thank you to my girlfriend Trish here because I don't know. Trying to, this is like putting on a wedding every time. It seems like. But anyway, I'm going to turn it over, and Dean's going to be cutting the rug for us here. And I really hope that it doesn't rain, but I'm going to give it over to Asa, and he's going to give you the instructions. And again, thank you. Have a great time. And I'm going to have pizza here right around 12 o'clock. Right? We need pizza here.
I am not allowed to.
Thanks, Asa.
I'll have this morning, everyone. I'll keep this real brief for you. Everybody has your bands, correct? You have a paper band and a rubber wristband. What that is going to be, all the obstacles, when they are open for the 6 hour, people, after the first hour, you're going to hear an air horn. That will signify whatever obstacle you come to next, wherever you are on the course, obstacles are open at that point. 3 hour people, you are starting with the first obstacle and you are doing your obstacles the entire time. For the 3 hour competition, sorry, I was talking out of the mic. For the 3 hour, you will be able to start your last lap at the 3 hour mark. So you will have 3 hours plus that 3 hours in. You can do one more lap as long as you keep your band. 6 hours. I am approximately going to stop the last time. The latest you will be able to start your last lap is probably going to be about 5 hours, 15 minutes into it. So once we start, I'll just adjust that aggregate time. And you will have 10 minutes after the 6 hour mark. So you will have 6 hours and 10 minutes to complete that last lap. For the purpose of the bands, you have 2. So essentially you have 1 giveaway obstacle that you can get away with. You must finish a lap and have it recorded for placement with at least 1 band intact. If you get through 4 laps and you have 1 band left, you will be issued a second band by me. So that 5th lap, again, you'll have essentially a giveaway obstacle to use if you get that far. Is everybody okay on that information as now? Once we get through it. But essentially this is a mandatory completion format in a little slightly different way. To be eligible for prizes, you must have 1 band at the end of the lap you complete. If you don't, it will be based on your time of completing the previous lap. So I will not count any laps that do not have a band at the end of them, okay? Is everybody clear on that? Okay? So it is obstacle completion. Majority of the obstacles are good. Majority of the failable obstacles are visible to us, so it's not going to be something super technical, tricky that's in the woods that people are going to be able to skirt by if you're not right next to them. We can see the things that are going to be difficult, so everybody, be fair to your fellow competitors. And any other questions?
Someone's got to pee.
Give it to Gabe. We're going to start in 1 minute.
And while you guys are running, I'm going to eat CJ's cookies. I think he brought some. Thanks, CJ. Yep. All right, you guys ready? As Jarrett would say, any questions?
All right, buddy. Name and where you're from.
Ken Murphy from Syracuse, New York.
And before we get into your race, I apologize for not recognizing you, but when's the last time we talked?
We talked in 2021 at Newby Sanity Ultra.
Yeah. And maybe why didn't I recognize you?
So I weighed 272 pounds back then. I was a fat guy. So
what are you down to now?
I'm down to under 200. So I lost like 85.
How does that feel?
Amazing.
How long did it take you? How long was this fitness journey for you?
So it took 5 years.
Okay.
So I started out. I got one. Yep. So 5 years I was racing, and I weighed about 272 pounds racing. I couldn't lose anything. I got the docs involved, everybody involved. Blood pressure was skyrocketed through the roof. I was a ticking time bomb every day, even on race days. Yeah. So blood pressure was 160 over 120, 130. And then when the meds were off, I was 235 over 135, 140. Okay. So every day, and that's even on race days. I raced like that for 5 years. So the docs are like, the only option we have left for you is surgery. You have to do it, because I didn't want it. I was athletically in shape, even though I didn't look it. I called it fit fat. Yeah. That's what I always called it. So we did the surgery February in 2023, and then I started racing again in May, and then gradually back to lifting and everything like that. And then in November is where we did my latest measurements, and it was 196. That's awesome. So I fluctuate from 196 to 205 based on eating.
Yeah.
So.
And now, there's nothing wrong with the surgery at all. How's your life had to change around the surgery? Because it's not like you get the surgery and it's just easy from there, right?
No, it's very difficult. You have to now monitor how much food you take in, and is it good food? Right. Good food or bad food? So now I'm on high protein, where I was before, but my high protein was 3,000 to 4,000 calories. Okay. On a daily basis, I can only put in 600. So when I do a race like this and I'm out for 3 hours, I'm racing with 600 to 800 calories before I race. And this is a 5,000 calorie race. Yeah. So, and these numbers I know from years and years of trying to control it.
Because I'm nodding my head like I understand, but I don't.
Yeah. So like right now, I probably lost 5 pounds this race. Yeah. And the worst part is I'm not even hungry, and I have to force myself to eat now. So
that's fascinating. Now let's get into your race. How did it go for you?
The race was amazing. I did so much more than I could ever do. Like last year, I couldn't even when I first started after surgery and stuff, I couldn't even do the monkey bars, just like when I was fat. Now I can do the monkey bars when they're not wet. I can get all the way through them. Yeah. And I don't know what that one's called, but it's pretty Olympus. Cool. The Olympus, yeah. I can only hold on to the first one, touch the second one, and fall. Yeah. Now I get through it every time. So that's 3 times of doing that in a row.
Tougher obstacles out there,
yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And then when it comes to rings, I can get halfway on the rings now. Nice. Where before I can only get on the first ring and just fall. Yeah. So all the upper body obstacles are just amazing that I can just actually do and finish. And finally I feel more part of the group instead of the outsider trying to fit in a little bit. Even though this place and Newby Sanity never makes you feel like that. Right. You're watching all these, athletes go. Yeah. And they're in shape, and you just want to get there. Yeah.
It kills me to hear that you didn't feel part of the group, but I get it. I get it. But I was just as excited to talk to you then as I am to talk to you now.
Well, they always make me feel welcome. Yeah. Even on the race course, everybody here is like, Ken, good job, and I'm good job, and everybody does that throughout the thing. It's just when these guys are just hauling, and you're just trying to do you, and they're just as proud as you doing it as you're doing it. They make you feel fit in. They make you a part of the group, which is nice. Even though mentally you're like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. But mentally and physically, when you put your body to the limit, to the end, you feel so much better when you're done. Yeah.
Have you done this race before?
Yes, I'm here every race that they have here.
Nice. Well, what do you think about the course?
I like going back to the power lines. I missed it. That's a lot of fun going there, and it's a great speed to pick up speed going up the hill and down the hill because it's a gradual incline. Yes. So I like that area because now I can pick up speed and I don't have to use that to catch my breath. Gotcha. So
Favorite and least obstacles out in the course?
My favorite obstacle is the tire pull and tire carry.
Really?
Okay. I love that. Oh, that stuff's fun for me. I love flipping tires and doing that. I was always able to do it. I love it. Least favorite for me is always, where is it?
Is the bone frog rig back there?
Yeah, that one I can't do it all yet. I can get like halfway and I fall. So the bone frog one is probably my least favorite right now.
That one and the weaver are both over there.
Yeah. So actually it's the over-under. I can't do it.
That's what I did too. I over and I touched the ground and under and
Yeah, so that's tough for me. So those are my 2 least. But those aren't least favorite. Those are opportunities.
Right.
So that way I can do those one day.
And what made you want to come back and not just do the course, but do the 3-hour option?
The 3 option, because I live far away, so 6 hours for me is tough. I live in Syracuse, so just the 3 hours. It's my 3rd race of the year. I haven't raced since January, so I wanted to see what I can do, and get back out there because I raced Newby Sanity night ops.
Okay, how did that go for you too?
Loved it, loved it. It's amazing. I finished in my best times ever.
Love it. What would you say to someone that's heard about Obstacle Wonderland, they've heard about Newby Sanity, but haven't checked it out yet?
Try it. Find a friend that does it. And just do it, because when you find a friend that does it, what they do, and it's great because I hang out with people like Tom Manny and those guys, Spartan 4.0 groups, and they walk the course with you. Right. So find somebody that is a friend of yours or somebody that does it, and that does it for fun like I do, that doesn't do it for competing, and just say, hey, I want to try it. Will you walk a course with me? Sure. Sign up. Let's go.
I like it. And then advice to people that were in your previous shoes, thinking about losing weight, not sure whether or not to do surgery, or lots of questions that go into that. What's advice for them too?
Research and do it. Research and do it. Hit the gym, walk on treadmills. Don't. I used to be the guy that I'm the fat guy in the gym. Everybody's staring at me, lifting heavy weights and running on a treadmill. Who cares? Yeah. That's basically what it is now for me. Who cares?
And where can people find you on social media?
You can find me at BA_Spartan on Instagram and on TikTok.
Awesome. Great to see you again.
Thanks.
Kevin LaPlatney from Long Island, New York.
How did your race go today?
Pretty good. I guess my goal was to try to surpass last year's result, but I fell a little short on that. But still happy. I got 6 laps. Had time to go up for a 7th, but may not have been able to finish in the time remaining. But that puts me at 5th overall.
Pretty good.
So I'll take it. Yeah.
Have any least favorite obstacles out there?
There's so many here. I mean, obviously Gabe has collected obstacles from all over, built stuff here. Yeah. Also, I have to mention, has some from Obstacle Athletics that will be put into place soon here, but obviously picked up some of the bone frog obstacles recently. Those are probably some of my favorites. The rigs are in particular pretty challenging, and so I like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Anything that you dreaded out on course?
It got a little cold for me. Yeah. Cloudy day, rain in and out, so that was it's kind of my kryptonite is cold and just not feeling comfortable. So I guess that's the obstacle.
And then we're going to talk about it in quick news because you had a very big gym. You were one of the first with SGX coaching. I know you can only say so much, but what can you say about what's going on?
Yeah, I guess the gist of what I can tell people is that we're closing our location that we've been at for 7+ years, and we're working on a new spot not too far from there. Okay. We're just waiting until the ink dries on some things to make that announcement. Okay. But of course, it's sad that we're closing up. What people have known, and but it's not the total end of things. So there is something that we'll hopefully announce very soon.
Okay, awesome. And where can people find out more about you and I guess you online? Social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. It's the Mudman77. Yep. But if you want news about the gym, it's Obstacle Athletics on either platform. Perfect. All right, great talking to you, and fingers crossed for the rest of what's going on.
Yeah, and thanks for the chat, and look forward to seeing you more this summer.
Perfect. My name is Analisa, Everingham, and I live right across the street.
Pretty close.
Gabe, a wonderful neighbor. We're blessed to have him. Because of him, this is why we do this. Yeah. He's a good guy.
How many races have you done before now?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it to support Gabe because he supports the whole community.
Yeah. So I only just met him today, but I drove 4 hours here to support him. He seems like a very nice guy.
He is God sent. He does a lot to motivate people. He's inspiring. His whole aura. This is his beautiful girlfriend. Her name is Trish.
I'm talking to her soon too.
Yeah, because of him, you want to do so much more. Plus, you want to give back more to the community because of him, because he does so much. Yeah. He works so hard. He's a people person. He has so much love in him and so much. He has a huge heart for everybody that doesn't have one.
He donates to my school, and that's my mom.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He donates to my daughter's school,
I
which
love
is
that.
Plattekill Elementary School. He has done a lot for them because, that school has a lot of like poor kids and stuff. Okay. So he gives kids that are in need. There are times then he donates. I think last year he did bikes for the kids. Oh. This time he's doing, what is he doing? He does a lot. Yeah. Not just kids. He does to the animal shelters. Nice. All of that stuff. Like,
appreciate that. I work with autistic kids. My wife is a special need teacher in school, so like we get it. They need all the support we can get. What did you think about the course today?
The course is amazing. He's always doing things to improve the course. And he doesn't have a lot of help, but the help he gets, it was well mapped, trailed out. The fact that he got approval from Central Hudson, that was nice to run out there. That's the first time we did that. All the obstacles are great, very challenging. But when you challenge yourself, you become stronger.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. So overall, he got a good turnout. Tomorrow will be exciting. I won't be here. My daughter will, but I'll show up spiritually.
Yeah, because tomorrow has like the 5K, the kids course, and the 10K, I think. Yeah. Yes. What were your favorite and least favorite obstacles out there?
What are my favorites? What are my favorites?
Yes. Yeah.
I like the rope climbing. I like jumping through the water. I just love running through the woods. It's like your whole sanity is changed. Like if you're having a bad day, it like rejuvenates you. Oh, yeah. It's good for your soul. It's to come out there because things that look tough, you're tougher.
Yeah. And then least favorite?
My least favorite is you see those tires there? Yeah. Yeah. I want to beat him up for that.
Oh, yeah.
But overall, it's a wonderful to get people together. You meet new people. People motivate you. And, the good thing about it, you're on the trail. People look out for each other. They may not know you, but they'll make sure, hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
So it's good.
When you drop your AirPod. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You even helped me. Yes.
Pat myself in the back for that one?
Yes.
And where can people find you on social media?
I don't do social media. I'm a nurse. I work on a ventilator unit, so maybe they could find me where I work. But I live across the street.
Hopefully not when they're injured.
Right, yes. But I don't do social media. My husband does, though.
Awesome. Well, great job out there.
Thank you so much for all you do. God bless you.
Yeah.
My name is Stephen Leonard. I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Jameson. I'm from Beacon, New York.
And what brought you to Obstacle Wonderland today?
So we're a regular. This is probably our 4th or 5th year coming here. We try to get all the events, and we love it here. I mean, he's so appreciative of us coming out, and because I drive so far. But it's the best. This is my favorite because everything's right here.
Yeah. How many times have you been to this course?
This is my 3rd time, so I'm becoming a regular.
Awesome. What were your favorite and least favorite obstacles out there?
The air fry Twinkie. Oh, we didn't get to that part yet. Sorry. Sorry.
I'm not told my race. So
I love the rake because it changes every time, and I can do it, but not every time. Yeah. So it's just challenging enough, to have on a good day I make it, and a bad day I don't. So that's what keeps coming back.
Yeah. And then least favorite?
My least favorite, for the full figure dudes, the least favorite ones where you got to hang on the incline.
The Olympus.
Yeah. So depending on weather and wet, blah blah, you can I make it across, but any a little slippage, it's not easy when you have the big feet, you get caught in the cargo net, but I love it, because I have so much fun. It's honestly, I was telling him earlier, this is the only time in my life, no matter what's going on, that I feel totally free. I'm not thinking about anything else of racing and not dying out here.
Yeah. Favorite and least favorite obstacles out there?
Favorite today was the rope climb because I'm much better at it this year than I was last year, and least favorite is that coffin thing over there that we crawl through, which is... I don't like confined spaces.
And you could probably reach all the way.
It was a shorter period of time. In there for a minute.
So it was shorter this time.
It was light at the end of that tunnel. Right. Figuratively.
And you made me asking this question. How many laps did you get?
I'm a 1-lap cat. I'm not 25 anymore, so 53 is all I got.
That's awesome. And then how many laps?
I did 3 today.
Awesome.
Ask him first, and then I could have lied.
Makes it rough, right?
You say 4.
I was 1/3 not into my 3rd lap. You know what I mean?
Happens. And who would you recommend this course to? That people that have heard it and haven't made it out?
Oh, it's perfect for any level. It's at any experience because all the obstacles are right here. Help is right here. You can watch people doing it. I mean, that to me, University of YouTube is, going back. That's how you learn how to do this stuff. The J lock with doing the rope, and that's how I remodeled my house and learned how to do obstacles.
There you go. And then, would you recommend this course as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Very friendly crowd, great for beginners. This was really my introduction to obstacle course racing, and I'm back for my third time, so I think that says something about it.
Love it. And then have you also heard of Viking and Noob Sanity, which is nearby?
We're regulars there too as well. Yep. We love going out there. The obstacles are even more challenging. The bigger course, bigger venue.
Yeah. It sounds like this one's getting there. It sounds like it's expanding every year.
Yeah. And the fact that they keep it updated and changing all the time and evolving because, like I said, a monkey bar is a monkey bar, but, you widen it, you change the height. Well, it's a whole different experience. So.
And have you done other courses?
No, this is really the first place I started doing OCR. Hoping to make it out to Noob Sanity and Viking this year, though.
And where can people find you on social media?
Me? I'm on Facebook, and the gram. That's what the kids are calling it, right?
Yeah. Nailed it.
I'm at JamoThrones on Instagram.
I like that.
Thank you.
Awesome. Guys?
I'm definitely glad I didn't give the address because mine's not cool at all. It's just my initials.
Nick Eichhorn. I'm from Toms River, New Jersey.
Awesome. And how did your race go today?
About as good as I could have hoped. I finished 5 laps, full obstacles every lap. About 3 hours and 20 minutes or so.
How are you feeling? That's pretty impressive.
I actually felt strong all the way through, with the exception of that Weaver over there.
Those pipes are far apart.
My hamstrings were barking quite a bit.
Yeah. Have you taken on this course before?
I have. This is my 3rd or 4th. I'm not sure. 3rd or 4th, yes.
How has it been seeing it expand slowly over the years?
I enjoy it because, honestly, Gabe, I can't say enough about Gabe. Gabe's like...
You're in a lot of that.
Yeah, Gabe's like the nicest guy ever. And I don't say that just lightly. I don't even know what to say. He's just so... He invites anybody into his house and open arms. It's like you're a family when you come here,
Yeah, love it. And how long have you been doing OCR now?
I started in 2017. My first ever race was Palmerton.
Okay.
And I started competitive in 2018, and I started racing competitively and podiuming in 2019. So I've been steadily climbing since then.
And I recognize your name for what that's worth too. How do you feel about changing over the years as well?
I'd have to think about that a little bit to come up with a good answer for that, but I'll get back to you on that.
Fair. And then what were your favorite and least favorite obstacles out in the course?
Least favorite is the Weaver, only because it's so demanding on the hamstrings, pulling yourself through, but I mean it's challenging too, so it's a good and bad, Yeah. I do really enjoy the Bone Frog rig over there and this little rig over here.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but rig 1, rig 2, rig 3.
Yeah.
But this little balance obstacle is pretty cool too.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's interesting because it keeps you engaged because it's a little bit out in the woods, a little bit back, a little bit out in the woods, a little bit back. You're just fully you don't feel like you're just out in the wilderness for too long,
Yeah. And then do you know how you did overall too? I feel like that much time, that many laps in 3 hours, you must have been on the podium, right?
Yeah, I definitely won the 3 hour. If I was in the 6, I'd be in 3rd place currently behind Newby and Briz.
Yep, that makes sense.
With an extra hour obstacles too, so I feel good about that.
What made you want to choose 3 instead of 6?
I have Vernon in 2 weeks, so it's a good prep race. 3 hour Vernon race. Yeah. It's just a good.
What are you taking on for that ultra effecta weekend?
The Beast on Saturday. Yes.
How you feeling going into that now?
Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. I haven't done a whole lot of downhill work, but I've done enough to feel like hopefully I'll be all right. We'll see.
And where can people find you on social media?
Nightmare_OCR at Instagram and Nick Eichhorn on Facebook.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, too. Thank you.
Bryan Everingham from right across the road here in Walk Hill. I'm Gabe's neighbor, so
I just met another neighbor too.
Yeah, that's my wife.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
nice.
I saw you interviewing her. So we support him because he's one of our neighbors and he does a great job here on the course.
Seems like the nice guy. What were your favorite and least favorite obstacles out in the course?
Oh, least favorite was the the pipes, the PVC pipes that you have to go over and under the weaver. That is, I can't do it. That is crazy. Probably my favorite obstacle we had. Probably the new rig over there, even though it was really tough. It was fun the first time, and I got it, and then I started to lose my grip. So, but it was fun. It was that was cool. I like that rig.
How many laps did you get in today?
3 laps.
Nice. 3 laps. In 3 hours. How are you feeling about that?
Well, it took me probably 3.5. I don't know what time I just finished, but probably about 3.5. I felt pretty good for coming back from a long winter. Not running much, but doing some workouts, but not running. So I felt pretty good.
Do you do a lot of obstacle course races, or primarily running? What's your sport of choice?
Obstacle races, but I just started. Me and my wife just started maybe 3 years ago, cool. 3 years ago. So, but I enjoy. I'm signed up for Vernon for the trifecta coming up in 2 weeks. Yep. So I'm excited for. I've never done a trifecta. I've done a few Spartan races, but never a trifecta. So
and there's a nice medal for getting a trifecta all in the same weekend too. If you're doing that,
doing that. Yeah, trying it for the whole weekend because I've done all the races, but never all 3 in the one weekend. So, awesome. I'm excited.
And have you taken on some more local ones? We have New Sanity here in Viking.
No. This is the only local one I've done, and the Spartan races, that come around. So.
And what would you say to people about that have heard this that haven't come out and checked out the race yet?
Oh, this is a great family atmosphere race. Definitely, Gabe supports the community with everything he does out here on the course, and it's a great local race to do. So check it out.
And where can people find you on social media?
Barely find me on social media. No, I'm on Facebook, but I don't post much. So yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and good luck with your trifecta in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Awesome. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Name and where you're from?
John Ricker from Syracuse, New York.
As soon as you said your name, now I remember you from Fit Challenge. What brought you to Obstacle Wonderland today?
Well, I was participating in the Northeast Ultra Cup.
Okay.
I was hitting a couple of the other ones and decided to add this one in, just get a little more obstacle fun in.
Yeah. And that's a sweet headband, too. Do you want to describe it a little bit? I know it's on your head, so you can only see it so well. Sorry.
Yeah, it's gold with a trophy on there. It's got all the dates and the names of the races that are part of the series.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and it culminates in Viking, too. So do you support a lot of the local OCR over here?
I try to. I try to go to New Sanity every year because that's just down the road from where I live. And then Spartan and Tough Mudder are the only other ones that are really close. So, I mean, there's a couple of little ones out in my area that I haven't hit yet that I'd like to.
Yeah.
So
how many times have you taken on this course?
This is my second time here. Okay. I did I think it was called Gold Rush last year.
Okay. What do you think? I'm hearing more and more about its expansion over the years. How is it compared to last time you were here?
I think it was harder this year.
Yeah.
Like the rigs are harder than they were. Yeah. I had a little more trouble with them this year. Yeah. And the course itself changed a little bit, but that seemed like it was about the same as far as elevation and such like that.
Did you have any least favorite obstacles out in the course today?
I think I like that the rigs over there. You got the ring and the rings and the bone frog one right next to it. Those I liked a lot.
Okay.
That one was hard, but it was fun the first time through. After that, it just became tough, and I couldn't even finish it anymore.
What about least favorite? What did you?
Weaver. It's just so much energy to finish it. I did it the first time and then just started strategically skipping it.
Yeah. How many laps did you end up getting?
I got 4. I was hoping to get 5, but my hands do not have another lap in it.
Yeah, I feel like on that one too. It came to the point too, like I know I can do a rope climb. I don't know if I can do a rope climb on my 4th lap too.
I could walk another lap, but I'm going to skip half the obstacles, and what's the point if I'm in an obstacle race?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What are some other races you have planned for the rest of the year now?
My big goal this year is I want to get the Tough Mudder Holy Grail. Ooh, so I'm doing Toughest Philly coming up next month, doing Infinity in Pittsburgh, and then World's Toughest, obviously, in Florida.
Have you done World's Toughest before?
No, I was supposed to last year, but I ran out of money.
Okay. World's Toughest Mudder is my favorite event of the year. I'm not even running it, but I go every single year. It is so much fun. It's a sufferfest. It's not just as Will Hicks says, it's not just a long, tough mudder. It's a long and really hard, tough mudder, but it is so much fun.
It looks like it's going to be hard, challenging, but fun in that this is a hard, suffering kind of way, which we all understand as obstacle racers.
Yeah. I'm very excited for you to take on that challenge. And where can people find you on social media?
I'm not really active on social media much. I mean, I have a Facebook profile, but I don't really use Instagram. I have it. I don't really use it, though.
Okay.
I honestly don't even know what the name is.
And final thoughts on your race today?
It's great. Gabe puts on a great race every year. It's always good to see him and Trish, and Asa's always out at these things volunteering. Yeah. It's part of this, this Ultra Cup. So it's a pretty fun race. They always put a good thing, put a good event together.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, good to see you again, man.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Kelly Schiavone, and I'm from Ronkonkoma, Long Island, New York.
Have I talked to you before?
No, you haven't.
Okay, because I have talked to people from Ronkonkoma. It is the most fun thing to say on the planet. Ronkonkoma, so good. So how did your Obstacle Wonderland experience go today?
It was epic. I accomplished a couple of obstacles that I could not do in the past, and I conquered them, and I feel really great about it. The over-under, the bone frog, yes.
Yeah.
It was.
Did you keep your bands too?
I lost one band on my second lap, and I kept the other one for the third lap, and I earned one. So yes, I came away with a couple of bands.
So did you podium today?
I did.
Carried the lead, girl.
Yes, third. Yes.
How's that feel?
It feels amazing.
Yeah.
This is a fun course. Gabe is amazing. Trish, all the helpers here, everyone's so nice and helpful. I feel at home.
Yeah.
I really do.
Love that. And did you have any favorite and least favorite obstacles out there?
Let me think about what my favorite was. I want to say the bone frog one because I did, yes, the bone frog.
Okay. What about least favorite? What did you dread seeing on the course?
The over-under.
Oh, the Weaver.
The Weaver. I was able to accomplish that, so I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Once. Yeah, so good.
And is this how many times have you come out to Obstacle Wonderland?
This is only my second time.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel that it compares to the last time that you were here? I'm hearing he's expanding a lot.
Oh yeah, the obstacles were more obstacles, different ones. I love to see new and improved things, even on the course too. In there.
Like the power lines and all that?
Power lines, yeah. The whole course was different, so it was, yeah.
I love it. And so you have a Viking hat on, too. Do you frequent a lot of the local OCRs here?
I have been at Viking Sunny Hill Resort 3 times, I think. And I'll be there for the 4th time in July.
Awesome. Are you doing the Ultra Cup series?
I am.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Give a little plug for that.
Oh, yeah. Ace is the best. Viking Wonderland is the best
Coming next
too.
year.
Yes.
Love it. And where can people find you on social media?
On Instagram. I'm on Instagram, KShavo71. And I'm on Facebook also as Kelly Bridget. Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and congratulations on 3rd place today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That's awesome.
I'm Mike. I live in Marlborough, Mass.
And how far did you drive to get here today?
I drove from pretty close to Boston, so 3 hours and 20-ish minutes. And then I ran 4 laps here, which took up 4.5 hours, and I'm driving 3 hours something back tonight.
That's awesome. And this is your 2nd time taking on Obstacle Wonderland,
yes,
right?
Yes, my last time here was in October 2022 for the Halloween race. So this is my 2nd time here.
What brought you back?
I just love that it was conveniently part of ASA's Northeast Ultra Cup.
Yeah, you doing that?
Yep, I'm doing that, and it's just I really just need an excuse to come out here, and that just made it that much easier. And then I heard that you were coming when we were prepping for the New England OCR Expo, and I'm like, I have to make sure I'll come.
Yeah. And so I was glad that you came out too. How did you do with obstacle completion and everything?
I got all the obstacles. I only voluntarily gave up my band on the Bone Frog rig on my 4th lap because I was starting to tear my hands. I didn't want to tear them anymore. Yeah, this is the first of 3 straight weekends in a row.
Yeah.
And, I was just trying to be strategic.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you have any favorite or least favorite obstacles out there?
My favorite obstacles
Other
were...
than the wind?
My favorite obstacles were the barrels in the pond and kind of the rope swing over the water.
My answer too.
Least favorite was probably the rig in the Bone Frog rig because they were just messing my hands up, but they were a good experience. I haven't done obstacles since November and really like our OCR Expo visit at Ultimate Obstacles, and I don't know, I was really happy with how I did, and just feels good that I'm putting in the work in the off season, and just see it paying off is wonderful.
Yeah. My brain's mush. Did you say how many laps did you got today?
Yeah, I got 4 laps, and I went slightly off course after Weaver got closed, but I I got slightly more distance than anyone that did 4 laps and just a little bit longer, but I did everything.
Did you have a GPS watch today?
I did have a GPS watch.
Did you have more than 5K? Because I had significantly more than 5K.
My first lap was 3 miles exactly. My 4 laps got me 12.92, and that's including 2 runs to the porta potties.
Interesting. Okay, I got way more than that for some reason. I had 12 miles for 3 laps, and I don't know, unless I miscounted. Wouldn't that be awesome if I did 5 laps?
That would be awesome if you miscounted, yeah.
I don't think that's the case, though. What else do you have planned for the rest of the year now? What's coming up?
Oh my goodness, I have so much going on. Like I said, I'm doing the New England OCR Expo, Sparta, New Jersey weekend. I'm planning on, I have like 20-something races a year. I plan on doing Noob Sanity's Mud Gauntlet, everything else in the Northeast Ultra Cup, Spartan. I'll be doing the Tough Mudder, Unholy. Yeah, I'm planning on it. Now that the person I'm interested in is also wants to go, so that makes it all the more feasible for me to go, and it's part of the Northeast Ultra Cup series. Yeah. I don't understand what the 8-hour part of Goliathon is, because I know you get 1 try per, and really you get 1 lap. I don't understand it, but I'm looking forward to trying it.
It's a tough one with points and stuff. Like, if you're not sure you can do it, go for a lower number, because you only have 1 attempt, and it's a tough race.
So I'll give you a hint. On the balance obstacle, I'm going to take the easiest level. I'm not certain I'm going to complete it.
Totally fair.
But I'm very excited to try it.
Yeah. And final thoughts on your experience at Obstacle Wonderland today?
I love Obstacle Wonderland. Gabe is the most gracious host. I really think more people need to come out here and just see. This course is built on his own land. He maintains this course single-handedly by himself with no help, and this is purely for the spirit of the community and for the love of the sport, and anyone that's in New England owes it to themselves to go out and come here just to see like the vibe of the community, just some amazing obstacles, and it's just like, it's honestly a wonderful time, just full of great people. That's why, my little addiction is OCR and I keep coming back. It's the community and the obstacles, and Gabe exemplifies that.
Yeah, and I know you weren't around for like the early days of OCR, but it kind of felt like this.
Yes, this course very much reminds me of Shale Hill and biking.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely beating on me after a few laps.
I bet. And where can people find you on social media?
I'm at the OCR Dog on Instagram, and that's really it. And I'm on Facebook.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Mike, and have a safe drive back, and I'll see you next weekend.
Yes, sounds good. Thank you, Mike.
My name is Mario, and I'm from Waterbury, Connecticut.
Awesome. And you were one of the 3 people I missed out on interviewing last weekend.
Yeah, I was so focused on that Deca Mile, and so I actually did the Deca Mile that day. Got a PR, which is great. I was listening to Bubbles and getting some good tips on how to try to cut some time off.
He knows a thing or two.
Yeah, he knows a thing. If you're gonna watch somebody, he's the guy you want to watch. But then I also did teams with Lisa, which was really cool to. So I did
Warzanowski?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So she's actually, we're in Connecticut, and I've seen her on the trails and at different events, like local events. So that's how I came to know her, and also to know Underdog as well. So, but yeah, so that was intense, and now doing this thing is even more intense. But getting ready for the race season.
Yeah. So have you done Obstacle Wonderland before?
I've done it once, like a couple of years ago. I forget what the name of the event was, but it was definitely warm weather, unlike today, which was rain and cold.
Was it windy as shit like today?
Yeah, and it was like it may have been like a 10K. So, and I actually was able to get the guys here, so it was like about maybe 6 or 7 of us. So my team is the Super Smash Brothers, and I was able to get a bunch of the Smash Brothers here, and we did it, and it was fantastic. Now, I haven't done it in a couple of years, which I feel bad about. It's just the schedule of races and then work schedule for me, because we all have a life that we have to try to fund these races. Yep. But now this one lined up, and I made sure that I was gonna get here, and this is like excellent training for the season. You know what I mean? Like as I was running the trails, I kept saying, wow, this is such good training to kind of evaluate where I am. And honestly, this is kind of harder than some of the Spartan races. So being able to do this multiple times really let me know that I'm ready to start the race season, and I feel pretty strong. I feel really good after this one.
How did your race go? How many laps did you get? I see you have your band.
Yeah, I got 5 laps. I think I did really well. So I did the first 3 laps without failing any obstacles, and then it just started to the grip strength just started to take over, and lost it right at the rig. So, but overall, I think I did really well. I think I failed the rig twice, and then one of the bone frog obstacles. So all in all, I was able to. I like the format that they have, where after you finish a lap, you get another band if you still have a band in place. Yeah. So that really was great. So you can actually use one of those bands to bypass an obstacle that you know is going to drain you. Yeah. So you can use that to strategize. But overall, I mean, I felt so good running this, and I can't say enough about Obstacle Wonderland and how they put this together. And then, for people who love obstacles, like this is they have everything here that you would encounter at one of the big races. So, if you're looking to like get a group together and see what it's about, and in terms of the price, like it's a really good price. And then, it's like an intimate atmosphere. It's not a ton of people here. You get to engage, and then the swag, like. There's beer over there. There's Gatorade. There's Gatorade if you want it. There's like cupcakes with like really cool decorations. The swag.
I know.
I mean, this is just overall, it's really well done. I think that I'm gonna make sure that I remember how good this was, and I'm gonna shout it out from the rooftop so that everybody can understand that if they're in the Northeast, they really need to be out here doing this event.
And I drove like 4 hours to get here. You got to support these.
And it's totally worth it. If you think about it, there's people that drive 8 hours to go to a Spartan race. Right. And, so this is a really good experience. And I recommend anybody who's within a 12-hour drive. Well, maybe at that point you might want to fly.
Did you have any favorite or least favorite obstacles out in the course?
My least favorite was the Weaver. So that was a brutal obstacle, and especially because it was wet. So a lot of the obstacles were challenging. Like even the monkey bars were when it's wet. Even at a Spartan race, you'll know that like it's hard to do. So I was able to get through those, but the Weaver was just so taxing. I'm glad that at some point they decided to close it. But yeah, I would say that was my least favorite. As far as favorite, honestly, I think maybe the Olympus, because at some point Spartan had switched the material, which everybody knows, and it's a lot harder. But here, this is kind of like the traditional. Yeah. So it's a little. I don't want to say easier, because I'm not saying it's still challenging, but. Yeah, because you're able to plant your feet, so I was able to get that. So I would say that's probably my favorite of the day here.
Nice. And where can people find you and Super Smash Brothers online?
At Super Smash Bros. OCR is the handle for all of the different social media platforms, but primarily most of the stuff is getting uploaded to Instagram. Okay. I had originally done like a YouTube channel, so there's a couple of YouTube videos that I've done of some races. Like I've done like City Challenge race, some Spartan races, Fit Challenge, which no longer exists. But so I've done some OCR events, but it's a lot of work having to do those. So obstacle running adventures, like. I'm happy to have you guys to be able to educate people who are interested, because it's a lot of work. So I appreciate the work that you guys do. So not as much stuff on YouTube. Most of my stuff is now on Instagram and just kind of interacting with the community. And, it's great because I'm seeing a lot of people out here that I've met on Instagram, and, you exchange, and it's just a great time for sure.
Awesome. Well, good. Finally having you on the show, and nice to see you 2 weekends in a row.
Yeah, 2 weekends in a row, man. Let's make it. You going to Jersey or?
I'm going to the expo next weekend.
Okay.
And then I can't make it to Jersey.
Well, that's actually my birthday weekend. My buddy Jesse definitely sent me the information, so I'm thinking about going to the expo. I'm not 100% sure, but I might see you 3 weekends in a row. Three weekends in a row.
Yeah, awesome. Well, good job out there, man.
Yeah, same to you, man. Take care.
Joseph Stritmater. We're from Hot Fit NYC Gym.
Awesome. Tell us all about the gym.
Kickboxing, MMA, boxing gym, and personal training. We also do powerlifting and OCR training.
Love it. And how did your race go today?
Today was awesome. These two don't look very happy, but I thought it was good.
Maybe because it's windy and it's on and off raining.
We went for 6 hours kicking ass, so it was fun.
Yeah. What were your favorite and least favorite obstacles out there?
Oh, favorite. Let's see. I don't know. I love this spear throw. It's real simple, but I love that one. Yeah. Least favorite. Let me think about that. The least favorite today was the climbing rope.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, for some reason it gave me a little difficulty.
Yeah, I struggled towards the end. I'm like, I don't trust myself to not break my leg here, so I didn't do it. Did you end up keeping your band or anything? Or?
Yep.
Holy shit. Okay, that's awesome.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Good.
Yeah.
I expect it though.
Nice. I like it. How long have you been doing this sport?
Since 2019.
Okay. All right, so fairly new. You loving it?
Love it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And what other races do you have planned for the rest of the year now?
Oh, we have the Spartan Ultra coming up in 2 weeks.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good
We're going to do the Ultra. She's going to do the Beast.
Yeah.
That'd be a good time.
Awesome. Where can people find you and your gym on social media?
All right. www.hotfitnyc.com.
Awesome. And what about you?
Me, personally, they can find me through the gym, Coach Thor.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Good to meet you.
Perfect.
Erin, Cummins, Shelton, Connecticut.
And how was your Obstacle Wonderland experience today?
Fantastic. It was so much fun. So much fun. And I kept my bands, which was exciting. At least, well, I lost one.
But you kept at least one to get a podium placement, so you took third, and the previous person I talked to took second. How does that feel to get the podium?
Fantastic. I'm really excited about this. The trophy's awesome.
What, you did get one?
I did.
I'm
I'm
sorry for giving you-
third. I know, you got me all bummed out.
I only saw so many, so I didn't know there were multiple ones.
No, I saw her get one. I'm like, wait, I get a trophy.
So explain what it looks like.
It's got a disco ball, and it looks like Saturn. So we've got a ring, and it says Boogie Wonderland, and it's kind of like rainbow glitter. It's pretty awesome.
And you know it lights up, right?
I know. I think I might have burned the battery out already.
There was one on for like a while, so that
I was playing with it. We'll figure it out later.
Love it. And what obstacles gave you the most hell?
Rigs, always rigs, but I managed to do them. It was actually the freaking whatever that is. Olympus that caused me the biggest trouble. Okay. Well, it was fine the first 2 times. The third time it just kicked my butt, so I couldn't do it. But I did get through the rigs, which was exciting.
Do you have any favorite obstacles out there?
Oh, favorite. I don't know. They're all fun. I mean, the swing was fun. At least I didn't fall in the water. I was worried that I was going to do that. That would have been embarrassing.
Especially since I had my phone on me the whole time.
Yeah. No. That's why I don't carry my phone, because I tend to bite it a lot.
And just what did you think about the course overall today?
It was a lot of fun. I love the trails. They were like nice and technical. They felt a lot like my home trails. Not too much vert, but like enough to make it interesting. And it was just a good course. Nice layout. And I really do like the layout where you have most of the obstacles where people could see it if you had friends who were coming to see you. Yeah. Which I don't.
What else do you have planned for races for the rest of the year now?
What do I have? I'm not even sure what I have. I think I have I'm completely drawing a blank right now. Probably going to do 2 Savages, and then I'm going to be at Noob Sanity for at least one of their races. Okay. And there's something else in there, but I don't remember what it is.
So much fun. And then, what was I going to say? What would you give for advice for people thinking about checking out this venue?
Oh, definitely come down here. Like, it's super fun. Everybody's really friendly, and it's a good time.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, good running with you out there. Oh, where can people find you on social media?
What am I? Manic Misfit on Instagram, and I'm Wavebreak09 on Facebook, if you go to Facebook.
Awesome. Well, thanks for running with me.
All right. Thank you.
Kevin Donahue from Amsterdam, New York.
Awesome. And what race did you take on today?
3 hour.
What have you done this course before, or is this your first time?
First time.
What made you want to check out Boogie Wonderland at Obstacle Wonderland?
A friend of mine sent the website link. I wanted to test my skills, see where I was at physically.
Yeah. Have you done obstacle racing or anything like this before?
No.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, welcome to the club. What'd you think of it?
It was amazing. Yeah.
How'd you do with the obstacles out there? This is a pretty difficult course. There's some tough obstacles out there.
Yeah. Did not know what to expect, and worked.
Yeah. Did you have any favorite or least favorite obstacles out there?
I don't know why. I really like jumping across the water.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, that's one of my favorites too.
And I hated the rope climbing thing over there.
Yeah, that's scary. That's
never
high
did
up.
that before. Some of the stuff over there,
the
pretty
Weaver,
challenging.
the under-over one.
Oh yeah,
that
one. Fuck that one.
Yeah,
that one was not fun.
There was another one too. It was like rings to a U-shaped rig. It's like a bone frog rig. It's a course I went under a while ago. It's right before the rings, right before the spear throw. That's a tough one too.
Maybe. Yes.
But would you do something like this again?
Oh yeah. I was asking him when the next one's going to be. He was saying it's like October.
Okay.
Something they're going to do another one.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm 4 hours away from here, so I'm glad I came out. Yeah. But I do this for media, and I wanted to give this small race some more love and everything too. The friend that convinced you to come out here, did he come out too? Or
Nope. They all bailed. There was going to be like 4 or 5 of us. They all bailed.
So that is the same old song and dance since I've been doing this since 2012. There's like you get a whole group of people, everyone bails, but you show up.
Yeah.
And glad you made it out here today. What would you say to somebody else who's thinking about trying this course?
Definitely do it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, challenge yourself.
Awesome. Great meeting you, and great job out there.
Hell yeah, thank you as well.
I'm Joey. I'm from Owego, which is by Binghamton.
Awesome. Representing Noob Sanity.
Oh, yeah.
How did your race go today?
It went great. This is my first ever 6-hour race, and I got 4th overall with 7 laps.
That's amazing. How do you feel about that?
Exhausted.
I see you kept your bands. What obstacles gave you trouble out there? Any?
The ones that gave me the most trouble were probably the Herc hoist, because I'm only 135 pounds, and the spear throw, because I never really had a chance to work on that one.
Okay. How old are you? You seem young.
I'm 21.
Okay, I was 21 when I first started the sport. Now I feel so fucking old. Okay, I'm 32 now. What the hell happened? It's a young person inside. I wonder what the hell happened. Anyway, what were your favorite obstacles out there?
There were so many. I really liked Olympus. That was really fun.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, I also liked this hoist right here next to the ropes.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long have you been with Noob Sanity now?
This is my first full year. I started middle of last year.
What do you like so much about the community?
We're always just supporting each other. We're always pushing each other to our limits.
Yeah. And you guys are crazy.
Very much so. That's another reason why I love them so much.
So good. What else do you have planned for the rest of the year now?
Well, I'm trying to gun for my trifecta in Spartan. I got Bethel Woods, Poconos, and Killington.
Okay.
And then, oh yeah. And then I am also doing the full Noob Sanity Point series, which is 6 races.
Okay.
And then I am going for Savage PA and Savage Florida.
Damn, you're going hard.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Where can people find out more about you online?
I'm on Instagram, Joey Does Things Too, or J246891. Same stuff for Snapchat. And Joey Cristello on Facebook.
Awesome. Well, great talking to you. Go warm up somewhere.
Thank you.
Awesome. Good job out there, man.
Thanks. CJ Emmons from Endicott, New York.
How did your race go today?
It went pretty well. Felt pretty strong most of the time.
How many laps did you end up getting?
7 laps.
How you feeling about that?
Pretty good. A little sore. It's first long race of the season. It was a good course. It was marked well.
Yeah.
So,
good.
Yeah, definitely.
Favorite and least favorite obstacles out there?
I guess my least favorite is the Weaver.
Yep.
No one. Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. But any of the multi-rigs are just fun to be on.
Yeah.
So.
Any favorite event? Favorite obstacles?
Well, I mean, I like their multi-rig. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
So.
What else do you have planned for the rest of the year now?
We have the Noob Sanity Mud Gauntlet and 6-hour race. And then the next week after that is Philly's toughest 12-hour. So, and then going into Deca Ultra.
Oh, nice.
So,
where is that Deca Ultra?
Indiana.
Okay.
That's in the end of July, I believe. So after that, we'll see.
Yeah. I also see you have a Ragnar band on too. Have you done a lot of those?
I've done 3 so far. So up in the air for this year. They're fun.
And how many times have you come to Obstacle Wonderland now?
This is my 3rd time. First time I did the 10K, and then last year we did the 6-hour, and then came back again for more punishment.
What keeps bringing you back?
We love Gabe. We love this community. We love just Obstacle Wonderland. It's a lot of fun.
And where can people find you online?
I guess just CJ Running on Instagram.
Perfect. Thanks for talking to me, man.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Dean Leggiero from Stamford, Connecticut.
Awesome. And what was your role in today's event?
The MC. I've emceed the past couple of races for Gabe, and former in healthier days runner and ultra. I've done a couple of ultras.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, not obstacles, but just regular ultras.
That's awesome. What have been some of your favorite events over the years?
I do the Leatherman's Loop every year. That's in Pound Ridge, New York. It's going on 35 years. It's one of the first trail races in Westchester County, so that's a yearly one for me.
Nice.
Absolutely, always look forward to that. And actually, it's April 28th this year, so it's a couple of weeks. I need to start running and training.
Yeah, I feel like I could have had more training going into this one too. So what made you come out and help out Gabe with today?
It was actually through a running friend of mine, Jerry Sullivan, who does a lot of trail running in Westchester County, New York. Jerry had a trail race over in Wappingers last year, so he asked me to MC it. Gabe showed up, said, "Oh, this guy MCs races," and it was my first time doing it, but yeah. And Gabe's like, "Yeah, hey, you want to come and provide music and get people energized?" So which is fun. I love the race scene as someone who's run trail racings. The community it's something special until you experience it and you kind of get into it. So even if I'm not running right now, it's great to be a part of it and kind of help people. I understand when they're out there and you're tired, and sometimes having music helps.
Especially the 70s. That's what drew me in.
Well, Boogie Wonderland. So I had to come up with a playlist of just 70s disco stuff to get people motivated. But yeah, I think it's an important part of a race is having sometimes you can get into your own head, and sometimes when you run by you hear some music. You get an ear. I've gotten earworms.
Always dancing out there a little bit.
Yeah, where you just get a song and it keeps going. So it helps to make a fun atmosphere.
Yeah. And you have a hat and a shirt that signifies you may have a podcast. Tell me about it.
Who doesn't have a podcast, right? Yes, I have. I'm the creator of the 3324 podcast, which is music and movies. So 33 is what a record spins at 33 RPM, and movies are filmed at 24 frames per second, hence the 3324 podcast.
I love the everything that went behind that name. That's very cool. I'm gonna have something to listen to on the way home.
I didn't want it to be Dean's movie. Everyone's got that, so I'm like, I need something that the geeks would kind of get. So the 33 and the 24 denotes music and movies. So check us out.
How long have you been doing that?
Since 2021.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
What do you like most about podcasting?
Just having guests on and just letting them kind of throwing questions out and hearing their stories about what music they like and why it connects them and what movies they like and why. It seems like music and movies are almost like time machines. People can have a song and they can be transported to an exact memory and moment in time. And someone said that to me. Someone said, music is actually, we do have a time machine, it's music. It can send you right back to a moment, a feeling, a heartbreak or whatever. So I like to talk about those things on our podcast and why we like music so much and what connects us and why we geek out about it. Just like with trail running, how we geek out about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the emotion on that. 70s specifically, I remember back when I was living at home with my parents and stuff like that, 70s music was that meant we were cleaning the house. but it made it fun too. So I love it.
It'll bring up certain memories, right? And you hear a song and not always good memories but just memories. They do connect us. So it's fun to talk about each week.
Where can people find out more about your podcast?
You can hit us up on Facebook at 3324 Podcast, Instagram at 3324 Podcast, and we're on all the podcast platforms. So Spotify, Apple, everywhere that your podcast, I'm sure, is.
Yep.
Look us up right after you're done listening to this one, a 3324 Podcast.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for being out here and keeping spirits high, and really appreciated it.
Awesome. Thanks a bunch. Appreciate it.
I'm James. I'm from Old Bridge.
You got this.
Melissa from Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Featuring the pizza in her mouth. Sorry. That's okay. And how did your race go today?
It went great. For an opener, this is really a strong start. Definitely good for the ego.
How many laps did you end up getting?
I got 6.
And you kept all your bands, most of your bands?
I kept them until the end, and then I just skipped the stuff that I was lazy about, like silly things like cargo net and the final slip wall, just because I didn't want to be bothered. Yeah.
And how about you? How did your race go?
Not how I wanted it to go.
Says the woman who got first. Sorry. I'll let you talk.
No, I think every year the first OCR of the year is always hard. So this one is just the sacrificial lamb where I'm like, I feel heavy, I feel slow. So I really intended to get 6 laps because I was using today as my long run.
Okay.
But I'm very happy with 5. I'm very satisfied that I was able to keep my band despite the rain. I'm not a good obstacle completionist, especially in the rain.
Right.
So I am satisfied, even though it didn't go how I wanted. I am satisfied with how it went.
You got something pretty fucking cool when you finished, though, right?
Yeah, that's maybe one of the coolest awards I've ever gotten. It's a little disco ball trophy. And it lights up.
It's so cool. Did you have any favorite or least favorite obstacles out there?
Oh, I think I know. Least favorite obstacles probably Weaver, just because I don't have a very wide wingspan, so it's a difficult obstacle for me as a short athlete, and it takes a lot out of me. So I'm glad that it was shut down at a certain point and I was able to conserve my energy on that.
I think a lot of people are happy about that, yeah.
But even other iterations of Weaver, I just don't like it as an obstacle. It bruises my biceps. As far as my favorite, I kind of like the Bone Frog rig just because I wasn't doing Bone Frog at the time that they were around. I'd only done a couple, so I'm not super familiar with that rig. It's fun, and when it was dry, it was fun to complete. When it was wet, it was a little scary.
Yeah. But James, do you have a favorite or least favorite obstacles out there?
I liked the rig with the cargo net and twister at the end.
Gotcha.
For 1 lap.
Yeah, that's more like it.
It was my favorite for one lap, and then after that it became the bone frog rig.
Yeah.
That one's a lot of fun.
Yeah, what about least favorite? Was that the rig after?
Least favorite was the rig with Twister. The pipes in the woods up the hill. Last year I didn't fit in them at all.
Oh, yes, yeah.
This year I've built up my hip mobility a little bit, so I was able to turn into a ball and get through. So I would say that was my least favorite.
And what's coming up? Oh, thank you. Well, I think mine's somewhere up there. I'm gonna go grab. Okay, I appreciate that. You just got your pet rocks, which I wasn't aware of. What was I gonna say next? What do you have planned for the rest of the year, or upcoming in the next few months?
I hate myself. This year I'm attempting a marathon each month. So, this is my taper for next week. And then...
Which race are you running?
Next week is the Delaware Marathon.
Okay, I was going to say, it's just
OCR-wise, I'm doing my very first Spartan Ultra at the end of the month. And, of course, World's Toughest Mudder is my A goal of the year. And then I'm doing this Northeast Cup, so I'm doing most of the races in the Northeast Cup, which should be a lot of fun. I think because I'm doing the marathons this year, that scheduling-wise took priority, but I still have plenty of OCR on my schedule. I'm doing the 2 toughest. I'm doing probably a couple of additional Spartan weekends. Yeah.
Awesome. And what's coming up for you, James?
The same thing, just a little bit slower.
I love it. And where can people?
Faster than me today.
You both did amazing, as always. Where can people find you on social media?
Melinden_TV on Instagram.
Captain Stalin on Instagram.
Awesome, great seeing you guys as always.
You too. I'm Esther Frustino. I'm from Vestal, New York, and I run with Noob Sanity. Woo-hoo.
Woo, welcome back to the show.
Yeah,
and how was your race today?
I'm actually really happy with the race, even though I did 6 laps, so it's 18 miles.
What's not to be happy about?
Well, because I suck at obstacles. So I lost my bands the first few obstacles, and then I just it was just free to just run and get miles and just time on my feet. So
how are the miles?
Good. I got 18 miles. I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah.
And you got a pet rocks.
I got a box of rocks. Yeah.
So, despite obstacle completion, what were your favorite obstacles out there and everything?
I love the hoist. I never did a hoist before because we don't have that at Noob Sanity, and turns out I'm really good at that.
I know. He have a hoist, calls himself, Just give me a shit.
No, turns out I'm actually really good at that. So I really liked the hoist. Yeah, I don't know. Some of them were good. I like the little barrels over the pond. That was fun. Yeah, those were fun.
Closed for the last lap. I mean, I'm glad I didn't get wet, but I hadn't fallen up to that point.
Yeah. So,
and then least favorite obstacles?
Any rig, because I don't have good upper body strength. I can hold my own on the rings, but other than that, I'm not.
It didn't help that it was wet and everything, too.
Right, and it's wet and slippery, so, yeah.
What else is coming up for you? I know you're big into the longer races.
Yep, so I'm an ultra girl, so I'm actually doing Seneca 7 with a team from Noob Sanity in a couple weeks. And then no races in May because I'm graduating with my master's degree, so yes. And then my niece is getting married, so yeah, so May got crazy. And then Last Man Standing.
Okay, yep.
And then, I'm doing a new one. It's called the Iron Hike. It's in Mohawk Mountain, Connecticut. It's up a ski slope, down a ski slope. So the loop is about 1.3 miles, but it's for 24 hours. So it'll be my first 24-hour race, so we'll see how it goes. I already bought a new sleeping bag and a new tent, so I'm good to go.
And it's not a mountain, but Extreme Ravine is perfect for training for that, right?
Yes, yeah. So that's in June. But my A race is Twisted Branch. And I'm feeling really good this year for that. I'm finally injury free, been running really well. Ryan's an awesome coach. So shout out to RhinoRunning.com.
Final thoughts on how you think the event was?
It was so fun. So this is my first time here. This is actually my first obstacle race that's not Noob Sanity.
Brian was saying that.
Yeah. So I was surprised at a lot of things, but it was fun. It was really fun, and Gabe's such a nice guy, and they do a good job here. So yeah.
Well, great finally meeting you in person, and great job today.
Yes, you as well. Yeah.
Name and where you're from?
Ryan Brizzolara, Binghamton, New York.
Jarrett Newby, Binghamton, New York.
How did your race go today?
Good. I signed up for the 6 hour. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I haven't been doing a lot of volume since like November. Okay. So today's run was more mileage in a single run than I've hit in any week since November.
Okay.
So.
How many laps did you get?
8. Yeah. I have to count my bands. Hold on.
Yeah. Did you keep all of your bands?
Yeah, I didn't skip a single obstacle. Point of pride, you know.
And how did your race go?
It went really well. I ended up winning. I got 9 laps and kept all my bands. Didn't skip any obstacles. Yeah. I was gonna skip Weaver. That thing had gotten to me. I was being a baby, but they ended up closing it before I skipped it. So it was tough in the rain, and it just kind of beats you up, presses on things and.
Not fun.
Yeah, they took Weaver out, and then I was like, well, there goes my lead.
Did you have a least favorite and most favorite obstacle?
Least favorite Weaver, most favorite Weaver. Tough. Probably the toughest obstacle on the course, but it kind of suits me compared to everybody else probably a little bit better. I'm kind of flexible, and I like it. It's a really tough obstacle, but...
And they're spaced apart fairly well, too.
Oh, yeah. That's a good wingspan to get across those.
Yeah, and least and favorite.
I like the little blue jumpy things in the water.
Thank you.
I thought that was super fun. I liked that, and I liked the rope swing over the water. I'm just a sucker for rope swings. Mm-hmm. And then least favorite, man, I'm bad at crawling.
Okay.
I'm pretty big to go through tubes, and it's the penalty that I get for being for being a giant and having an easier time on carries and walls. So I'll take my medicine on that one.
Secondary least favorite, Herc hoist.
That was heavy.
We got up to it, and I just arm over armed, and he's.
Oh, I saw you standing on there.
Yeah.
Is he climbing it?
No, I have to use my entire body weight. I mean, the thing's a 100-pound hoist, and I'm like, my scale says I'm 160, but that makes me feel a little.
That's victim
close.
weight.
Yeah. At least I'm an in-shaped victim.
Me and one of my buddies always pick on Ryan. We're like, look, anything under 200 is victim weight.
I got a long way to go to get to 200.
And then overall thoughts on Obstacle Wonderland?
Love it, especially for like an up-and-coming obstacle. Like this is kind of how Noob Sanity started. Is we started with, kind of that grassroots, small groups, just building stuff one at a time. Of course, I wasn't around for then, but it's.
Then.
Yeah. But it's just cool to see people doing the thing and growing the thing and being passionate about it, and it's a really special community. I can't say enough good things about it. You're catching me in with Ultra Brain right now. So.
I always love coming down here. We're lucky to have this close by. It's an awesome vibe, and like everyone who shows up, it's all the people that when you go to a different OCR races. You might go to Spartan race and there's 3,000 people there, and 100 or however many people when you're walking around. Like you see all those people at the local races because they're the ones who really love it and they support the sport and they grow the sport. And this is how you do it. This is how you grow the sport. It's how you do the damn thing.
Do the damn thing. And where can people find you on social media and your coaching?
So I am on Instagram at RunRhina Run. Good luck reaching out to me there. And then I have my coaching account, which is Rhina Run OCR. I don't have Instagram on my phone, so if you send me a message, no promises I get back to it within the next year.
Yep.
But you can reach out to me on Facebook. Okay. Just my name, Ryan Brizzolara, Brizz, and then it should populate the rest of it.
And where can people find you and Noob Sanity online?
If you hit up Instagram, hit up Noob Sanity. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Also, like Ryan, I don't have social media on my phone because I have the willpower.
Addictive personality.
I have the willpower of a 6-year-old. But yeah, if you hit the Noob Sandy one, I will always check that. I'll respond. You can, if you're in the Northeast, come to Binghamton, come to Noob Sandy, check us out. It's an awesome obstacle course, trails. I live on the property, so we're there. I'm just excited to get the OCR season underway. I'm coming off of, I had a really good winter. Had three I had 3 really good races. I was trying to peak for one of them. I set the Guinness record pending for a 100-pound half marathon. I broke it by 22 minutes, and then
Not too bad.
just barely squeaked out the win in the Go Ruck High Rocks in DC. I would just run away from Dylan, and he would catch me at every darn station. I got 14 no reps on wall ball, which doesn't help. And it wasn't like they were like really bad. They were like almost close, but not good. So you still waste the energy. And then I went out to New Mexico and I did a ruck marathon at White Sands Missile Range, and I think I broke the course record by like 40 minutes. So I was pretty stoked. I took 3 weeks off. Wasn't sure I was going to feel. I felt really good today. I was excited for it. Fitness is there.
Back.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, good talking to you guys, and looking forward to, hopefully we'll be out to Noob Sanity sometime this year too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Your name and where you're from.
Gabe Capobianchi, Plattekill, New York.
Yeah. And what are you representing here today?
Obstacle Wonderland.
Yeah. And which event was this one today?
This was our Boogie Wonderland weekend, which is the multi-lap, the 6-hour, the 3 and the 6-hour multi-lap on Saturday. And then tomorrow we have the kids' Easter egg hunt, and then the kids' race. Yep. And then also the 5 and the 10K.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Something else I thought was really cool that you did today was there are 2 golden Easter eggs or something out there, right? So what were those for, and where were they?
So I left it up to Asa. Asa hit him. But actually, Pete won a gift certificate to Race Ready Obstacles.
Nice. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And the other one was a free race here.
Okay. Nice.
And so... in Race Ready, we have their twister up there on that one rig, yep. And those guys are always nice. They gave me a couple of cards, so we put them, and then we have 3 or 4 more for tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
And I try to not to take anything away from these guys, but I really want to make sure that the people tomorrow, like the 5 and the 10Ks, they get a chance. We have some other cool stuff. Actually, Ken Radicki. He's the Spartan ambassador, Ken Radicki. Okay. He's such a cool dude. He's coming tomorrow, but he donated a Spartan race, a free Spartan race code. So that's inside one of them. Love it. And Mud Gear, who is great with me. I got a pair of socks that the socks aren't going to go in the egg, but I know it's going to there.
Bigger egg.
And then a couple other things, some fun stuff. We just try and make it a little fun. And we'll go out there and we'll hide them, and hopefully they usually find them.
Yeah. Something else that was really cool too, and I saw in a post before, I registered like late last night because of availability, but proceeds going to benefit the community. So talk about that a little bit.
Totally. Every single race I do, I always donate somewhere, somehow, whether it's... I've donated a ton of stuff to the Walden Humane Society many years. I've donated bicycles to the Plattekill Elementary School. I donated a lot to the homeless shelters down in the city of Newburgh where I work. But I've really stayed with the Plattekill Elementary School. And so for the past couple races, I've donated... headphones for their Chromebooks, right? Because I don't know this, but apparently there's the headphones are always going bad, so they're always in need of them. Okay. So a couple of races ago, I donated like 30 or 40 sets of headphones, and I didn't even know this, but they're always in need of bottled water. I don't know. Yeah, she says bottled water. So we're gonna bring down a whole bunch of bottled water. So. I always take money from the proceeds, and then I kind of throw our own in there, and we just try to always try to redonate with every race.
That's great. And I mean,
OCR is going through a tougher time in terms of like staying alive and all that stuff. So the fact that you're doubling down on giving back to the community is pretty rare, but nice to see.
Yeah, I don't know how to say this, but I don't really do this for the money. So I just, whatever money I can use to fix the obstacles and mow the lawn, pay the bills. But I think the most important thing is redonating it back there. And I will add this, is that we do a kids race, right? And so we always make the kids race $7. Okay. We just want to make sure that it's affordable to the parents and stuff like that. So it's not, so money's not an option for them to not be a part of this. So $7, and even some of the money that comes through there with donations goes towards that, because we give them medals. Trish, my girlfriend, we got Easter baskets and all this stuff for the kids. So we really try to encourage them to get out and run around. Yeah. So we keep the cost low, and a lot of that stuff just reflects down that way.
Yeah. And I talked to you a little bit on the way to your beautiful home here. How do you feel that the event went, which I only realize is only half over because you have all day tomorrow too. Yeah. How do you feel that today went?
So I think today went great. Asa was, I mean, me and him, you know, he's a huge help. So he handles that part. And I think, I really think that it went really well, because one of my biggest things is nobody gets lost. Yeah. Right. And that's the number one thing. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets lost. Yes. Because, there's nothing worse than coming to an event and all of a sudden you make a left turn and you're not sure where the trail. So I make sure I even do a no loss guarantee. Like if you get lost, you will get a free race, no questions asked. So I make sure that the trails are bulletproof, that everything is crystal clear, and the obstacles are up to you guys.
Yes, and I struggled with those, but it was fun. I really enjoy multi-lap. The mandatory obstacle completion was a little rough, but I had a really good time out there. I got 4 laps. And you have like some really good obstacles out there, which I'm sure are very expensive. What are some of your favorite obstacles that you've built?
Well, we'll go back to the mandatory obstacles. You can blame Asa for that.
Oh, and I will.
What's my favorite that I built? I have to tell you, probably the ones more are now, like I bought the Bone Frog rigs.
Oh yes, yeah.
When they right, so those are actually cool, because as much as I like some of the ones that I built, there's like that nostalgia thing that people come, right? And so they see that and it gets them excited, because they're like, well, maybe it really didn't end. But so we got that. And I would say, honestly, maybe the water, we built that water obstacle out there.
I love that. That's one of my favorite obstacles out there. It was so unique and so much fun.
Yeah, and I think that's why I like it, is because it's just something you don't see. And then even the rig, I changed it up. So I don't know if I told you, but I fix boat propellers. So I own a welding shop. That's what I do for my real job. Yeah. And so that big ring that you hoop through, like we made that. So I made that, and then we were like, I was trying to figure out how to make it a little bit different, and we had these cargo nets, so I kind of put that together. And then we added the race ready obstacle twister at the end. So we tried to make it. I try to make the obstacles. When you say which one do I like the best, I like the ones that the average person can do and not get. They know they can try it and they could do it, but there's a little bit of hardness. But the experienced guys can really challenge themselves. There's still that challenge in there for them. Yeah. So, but I would still say that water obstacle, and I'm hoping to make it a little bit more better. We were actually trying to put in zip lines this year.
Oh, but I have done a race with zip lines, and that's very fun.
Yeah, I definitely want to try it. We started it, but then the weather just kind of put a kibosh on the whole thing. Yeah. But I'm hoping by the October race, we'll have the zip lines up.
And that's one of the beautiful things about obstacle course racing, more specifically permanent courses, which I've always said is the future of OCR. You can just keep building year after year, right?
You really could. Yeah. You really could. And yeah, without a doubt. If you have a mat, you certainly can. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So how does it feel seeing your, I'll call it your baby, like grow up in the backyard and get bigger and bigger and have more and more people enjoy it?
So I'm going to say this. It's as much as it's my baby, it wasn't really like there's a gentleman named Clay Speakman. I always give him credit for, I think the more interesting part about my obstacle course is how it started. And it started just I mean, that's a whole story, but it really started from COVID. And that was a blank sheet of paper back there and was nothing. And the one obstacle that I built from the guy who was fixing my deck, I made it into a wall to practice while everything was shut down. But, you know, I always give Clay a lot of credit for really, he's the one that really started it. Cause I don't know if you know Clay, but he just kind of he had a group, and it's kind of a long thing, but the fact that how my baby grew it's really a kind of a weird story, the way it grew, but it is nice. And I have to say, it's a lot of work to do this. Yes. And I will say, and I do most of it myself. Yep. But when you see this, when it happens like this, and you get that family vibe, and just, it's all, everybody's welcome everywhere and everybody knows everything. I think that's the part that and then you get the kids running around, and it's just like, it just turns into a really cool vibe all the time. And people that, you know, you might only see here and there once in a while, but they come back and they really enjoy it. So I think it's great. I think the whole vibe stuff is good.
Yeah. So I had a great time today. Where can people find out more about your events? What else do you have planned for the rest of the year now?
So you can always go to obstaclewonderland.com. It's got everything about us there, Facebook and Instagram. And I have a girl, Megan, social media output. She does all my social content. So yeah, so everything is always out there. And I only have one more race this year, which is in October, the Halloween race. Yeah.
Best holiday of the year, so I might have to clear my schedule.
We definitely do a great job with the Halloween one. Is so much fun, but it's still challenging. We have awards and stuff like that. We do the same thing. Everybody gets dressed up. They have a great time. You should really check out some of the pictures from the last ones. Yeah, I mean, everybody just completely comes in. We had the Incredibles. We had dressed up as a piñata. It was just a lot of fun. And actually, yeah, Nathan was fun. He was great. He dressed up as a piñata. Every time you shook him, he dropped candy. So everybody does such a great thing. But so that, and it's just going to be October, because I'm kind of going to take a little bit of a break this season and just kind of enjoy the summer with you guys too. So October will be the next one, and then we'll figure out what happens next year.
Awesome. Well, I had a great time today. It was worth the 4-hour drive to get here. So if you're in the area, get here. And yeah, thanks for welcoming us and putting on such a great event.
And I really appreciate you coming out here and taking the ride. Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
Asa Coddington, Kerhonkson, New York.
Say the town again.
Kerhonkson.
Oh, wow. I would never. No, I would not be able to do that.
Give you a discount.
And what was your role today? You're always involved with the local races.
My role today was I came last night, did a little pre-run just to make sure all the markings were up from the weather and the wind and the rain. So I just did that. And then I did timing today, because today was the first event for the 2024 Northeast Ultra Cup Series, and this was our first event. So I made sure we got timing in there so we can use those results towards the series that continues throughout the next few months.
So that's mostly what I definitely wanted to talk about with you is this series. So talk to me, like, how did you come up with this idea? What tell me all about it.
So last year, last year was our 10th year for Viking, 10th, annual year. So I just wanted to do different stuff. There's so many different events, so many race locals, so many things that over the years there's been all different iterations, and there currently are some that are good. There's, I believe there's, Ohio Grand Slam. There are numerous little pockets around that have those race locals that are doing collective work between them. For the Northeast, for whatever reason, we haven't gotten as much of that, just because the schedule is so dense. The schedule is so dense that it's just becomes so difficult to, let alone get your own event schedule, then coordinate with other events on top of that when you're not directly doing stuff. So things have scaled back a little bit with races, shuttering up and doing that. So last year it was Viking, Gabe's with Obstacle Wonderland, and Rob McCoy at Fit Challenge, their final event. So those were the 3 events, and that was the first of the Northeast Series that we did last year. So going into this year, unfortunately, we lost the OCR version of Fit Challenge. So I wanted to obviously keep this going, look for a replacement, and I wanted to really expand that. So combining that thought process with some of the sentiments from Spartan CEO, or his official title, Joe DeSena, and then also Adrian from OCR Worlds, that they really want to incorporate, they want to work with work with race locals. They sort of put that statement out there, and I talked to some people, talked to Gabe. We were on board, and we were looking to see what we could do next. There has never been a sort of traditional ultra distance series. Spartan sort of had that availability to put something like that, and they just never really capitalized on that. But with the different brands that we have that are part of the series, I reached out to those. They were on board, and sort of, and from my perspective, the linchpin to all of that was to, again, approach Spartan, and also via them Tough Mudder, because they're all in the same family now, to sort of put those as sort of a centerpiece event that is really going to get some additional exposure for our local brands. Branch out with those with the Vernon Tri-State Ultra and Trifecta weekend, and then also the Tough Mudder Toughest, which are two very prominent events, largest events in our region, as far as capacity and exposure and coverage. And to have 4 other races, which is this weekend's Obstacle Wonderland, Boogie Wonderland, the 6-hour. We have Noob Sanity, who are winner today, and podium, the whole podium from Noob Sanity. They have their May 11th Mud Gauntlet, which is their premier race, which is a 6-hour event for that for that date. We have the Viking obstacle race finale, and also we have Goliathon, which is a little unique twist to the other offerings in the series, because they are the obstacles are more of a ninja type format where there's 3 different difficulties at each station. I believe there's 8 to 10 obstacles on the course.
I'm excited for you to go check out the course.
And you do it in a format, and you get points for doing that. So they have the G8, which they introduced last year, which is an 8-hour version of that, which is a unique event. So we reached out to them. They were open to it. So those are the 6 events that are comprising this year's Northeast Ultra Series.
That's awesome. And what do you offer these participants to? I saw some awesome headbands out there.
Yep. So we partnered up with Junk Brand Headbands and the owner, Jim, there. He's amazing. He's been great to work with over the last couple of years. We have a headband that you're going to get that has all the race dates and our cool little graphic in the center. You're going to get a custom T-shirt that will be given to you at the series finale in July. At Viking. And then also the same medal designer for today's event, Obstacle Wonderland, Chris Regan, he's going to be our medal. We work with him as well. Yeah. So he's going to create a custom little piece, and it's going to be similar to a format like you would see at Tough Mudder and some of their endurance events where you get your mileage thing. So your kilometer, like 10 kilometers, 50 kilometer, but it's not going to be just for the single event. It'll be for your cumulative mileage over the course of the whole event. So we will have all the stats leading into that finale, so we'll know approximately where everybody's going to be going in. And all of our registered series participants that is part of a $25 buy-in, you'll get those 3 items plus all the unique swag from the events that you can attend, and you'll be eligible for our various, we have 3 different podium age divisions. That'll be first, second, third. You're going to get the big Ultra Cup if you're the winner, some secondary prizes for second and third in each of those respective divisions.
Yeah. So they already missed the first event. Can people still sign up for this series?
Yes, they can still sign up for the series. For the podium positions, if anybody's hearing this, looking to that'd be fun to compete and challenge yourself against the other competitors in that sense for podium, you're only going to have to do your best 3 event weekends to earn your podium rank. So out of the 6 events, your best 3. So it's not going to be a pay-to-play format. It's you pick those best 3 that you can, and if you can pick more than those 3, you can replace one of your lower scores. If you had a rough weekend and something tightened up or something just happened where it wasn't your day, you can replace that 3rd event with the 4th event that you're able to attend. We're hoping to, pull the people, get some extra exposure from the Tough Mudder and Spartan side, but also the exposure that are predominantly race local, get them to mix in and cross all the brands and really get something, use this as a beta to hopefully, spur something across the country regionally to really, try to keep this thing going, because we love the sport. We love what we do. As Gabe mentioned, and I'm sure everybody in the various interviews from today's race, you come out, you have a good time. It's fun. You escape the real world. You escape the problems. You get to run around and play in the mud, play in the rain today. And, we want to keep that going. So the more events that we can have that can sustain, and if we can partner with those big national touring brands and get something quality. So I'm very happy and really happy that I was able to get Joe and also Dan McDonald, who is their manager. He was the spearhead to bridge that gap, and I really want to send my thanks to him, for extending that olive branch, getting it out to Joe, and being able to make that happen and really bring a centerpiece event to our race local program that we're doing.
Yeah, awesome. So I highly recommend people check this out, especially if you're in the New York area, or just travel, support these races. Like, this is what the sport needs. You got to show up for these events. And then a hard pivot to the Medal Monday virtual race. So tell us about that too.
Yes, so this is the first year that I'll be able to attend the New England OCR Expo at Ultimate Obstacles in West Boylston, right? Is correct? Yep. So that's next weekend. That's the 20th. So I'm very excited to go out there and see Eric. I've known Eric for over a decade now too. I've never been to his facility. So Eric, if you're listening, I'm coming. I'm happy. I'm hoping to see it. I hope everybody else gets out there too. But since we're technically a little bit further out from the New England bubble, but since some events have, since again, unfortunately not been able to continue, they reached out a little bit. They expanded their range. So Viking is going to be included this year. And what I was going to bring to the table, because what I really like to focus on at my various events, I'm never going to give you the same medal, never going to give you the same swag to bring home. So again, our gentleman Chris, we came up with a cool design. So it's going to be the first New England OCR Expo branded medal at their expo. Mike, you can't go to an OCR event without a medal. Yeah. And Mike, you got to see it. So yeah.
So I saw pictures and I'm like, that looks nice. And then I held it and I'm like, it's nicer. It's nicer than it looks. Like, I can't explain the thickness of it. And it's not just a medal, it's a woodle. And it's very cool and unique. And that's something that throwback to Matt Punton, whose house I stayed at to do Viking for the first time. Just very cool medal. Oh, you're good. How you feeling? Yeah. Oh yeah. Take that.
Just take 5 minutes, and then when we hear you thud because it's the heat.
But the medal is super sweet. So how can people go about obtaining this too? I hear it's an add-on once you sign up for the expo. How does that work?
Yes, I believe there's a couple options for the expo itself, just as a spectator, or they have the Spartan Deca Strong event. They have the 100-meter Olympic style format. So there's a couple different options. Once you purchase that, if you're looking to attend the event itself, there will be an add-on option, and it's a $15 option, and that money is going to go back to into the expo itself to keep their programming going, doing that stuff. If you have already signed up for the expo, and prior to us launching this and putting it officially onto there, you'll be able to, we have a post on there that you'll be able to just send a Venmo over there, just confirm that you're already a registered participant. You'll be able to send that same $15 over, and we'll have that medal for you to pick up. So what we're doing with it is, leading this week and then into the next few weeks after, we're going to put a nice post on OCR Expo page, and you're going to be able to do your 5K at your leisure, in the morning, at night, after work, however it works for your schedule. You're going to do that 5K. You're going to post it on that post that we make, and you'll be eligible for some extra prizes from some of the different vendors, myself included, for our upcoming races, which we have later in the year. And on site, when you pick up your medal, whether you've purchased it through the registration or sending it through the Venmo option, you'll do a couple tasks that we'll have there for you at the booth, just to make it a little more fun. And since it's OCR, instead of just doing the trail, and we're going to make you do a couple tasks. And if you've been to any of my events, it might be something that's workout based, but since I already have DECA and all that stuff, I might throw in some wrinkles and make it a little more fun and Viking style for you.
Well, two big things to plug there. Again, I greatly appreciate all the work that you put into something for the OCR community to enjoy. So I highly suggest people capitalize that. And then final thoughts on this weekend.
This weekend so far, we're halfway through. Like I said, I got here last night, did a walkthrough of the course this morning, gave Gabe at like about 5:30, like the mint comment. I'm like, course looks great. Markings were good. It was fun. Everybody got here. People were getting here earlier. And just the energy was good. It's the beginning of the season. And, it's now 13, 14 seasons in, depending on when you started, and then shorter for those new coming on. But the excitement's still there, depending on, first-time faces. And earlier in the day, I was over hearing another gentleman get interviewed, and he asked, like, how old? Mike asked, how old are you? And he's like 21, and we both just looked at each other like we're the same age we're the same age now. We're the elder statesmen of this. But it's like to see somebody coming in, that was his first 6-hour event, and he did phenomenal. Yeah. So to see new life coming into it, it shows there's a reason for it. There's promise there. It's just a matter of presenting it in a way that's going to be beneficial for all.
Awesome. Thanks, Asa.
You're welcome.
All right. Excuse the bumps. This highway sucks. 87 south, looking at you. North was just as bad. 87, you're a terrible highway. These bumps are ridiculous. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the bone front. Wow, exhausted. Let's try that one again. I wanted to talk about Obstacle Wonderland and my thoughts on that. Just how my race went. I promise not to completely talk your ear off. I think this is already going to be a somewhat longer episode. Even though there were still more people I wanted to interview, like Logan, and then I'm not going to name names, but a lot of other people. And the first hour, that did start an hour late. I don't know if there's an email that went out about that too, but that started at 9 instead of at 8, so I got there not just 40 minutes early there. I got it there an hour and 40 minutes early. So that's nice because I'm usually late. And the first hour was obstacle free. So I went pretty quickly through. I got about a lap and a third. And I was grateful that I missed a bunch of those obstacles. And then they opened up, and I knew I would quickly lose my band. I didn't realize that there were bands for this obstacle, for this race. I lost my first one at the Weaver, which you may have heard a lot of people talk about, that one being their least favorite. It's a great obstacle, but one of the more difficult ones. So I ripped off my band, handed it to the volunteer, and proceeded to just do over-unders. I jumped over, and then I went under, and you're supposed to weave and not touch the ground. I'm gonna be touching the ground. So I gave up that band there. And then my second one was, there's a big, originally a big bottleneck at the rig, because it was a pretty tough rig, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to finish it. So I just gave my second band and gave there and went around that obstacle. So I was out officially, not even halfway through my second lap, which I'm fine with. I do wish that there were unofficial results. I think that's something that they could definitely do better. And I talked to Gabe about it. He was very open to it. I understand Asa is more interested in his Northeast Cup. And to if you want to do well in that cup, you have to do well the obstacles. I get that. But I just want to be out there, play on some fun obstacles. I didn't really care about obstacle completion. I say a lot, I don't care about obstacles. I mean to say I don't care about obstacle completion. I'm 20 pounds overweight. That weight's going to take a while to come off as I am still transitioning to being a supervisor and getting through a lot of personal stuff. So it's going to be tough for me, but I pushed myself and I had a good time. So I finished that lap. I did the majority of the obstacles. I didn't do a single hanging obstacle. Some of them were easy, some of them were difficult. I didn't do any of them. My hands were just rough. And then for the third lap, I didn't do the rope climb because third and fourth, I didn't want to fall. It was really, really high, and I didn't want to break something. I didn't trust my fitness because there's not too much fitness to speak of. So skip those two. It just would have been nice to have unofficial results. These people lost their bands, whatever. Here's how many laps I did. Because in all, I got 4 laps, which is pretty good. Everyone keeps telling me that the course is 5K and 3 miles on the dot, so around there. I got significantly more. I'll have to go check and do my data, but my Garmin data. But I have, I did the first 3 laps, and then I took a break to do interviews to talk to the 3-hour people, and then I started getting really cold as the wind and the rain kept coming through off and on, which was tough. What are you gonna do with weather? And then I went out for another lap with, I'm sorry, blanking on your name right now, with the green-haired lady who was very sweet, and I did most of the lap with her. But she was keeping her bands, and she ended up getting second place overall. And so I left her when she had to do some of the obstacles that I knew I wouldn't be able to. Which congratulations for keeping your bands. That's amazing. And I also wanted to hurry up and get to that finish because I wanted to do 2 more laps after. That guy is peeing on the side of the road. Welcome to New York. Oh my God. Not even like in the woods, just right there. Okay. Man, that is one more genitalia than I expected to see today. And I don't know how do I recover from that? Yeah, so it was a good time. I had a lot of fun with it. There was one part of the course that I got lost at. I didn't have the heart to tell Gabe. So Gabe, if you're listening now, it's not your fault. It's my fault. I was looking down, running downhill, going pretty quick on my second lap. And the road naturally turned to the left. And then it split from there. I'm like, oh, do I go this way or this way? Both didn't look familiar. So I retraced my steps. And I saw that, like, if you're running down and you just look up like a normal human being does, you would see the course continues forward, and that's where the swampy part is. So I got lost there. That was completely my fault. The course was marked really, really well. There was one part where, like, you had to go under tape if you followed. It was, like, one weird part there. But other than that, like, it was very well marked, which was nice. The obstacles laid out were really fun. Some of them were a really good challenge, and I feel really glad that I pushed myself. Mike Kantor asked, like, what my goals were, and I didn't really have any goals except to, first and foremost, and this is why I'm out of shape, media comes first. I want to get interviews. I want this race to get more exposure. I want more people to know about it. It was an awesome time. More people need to come out to this event. Secondly, I just wanted to make myself proud. I wanted my back to hold up. That's an important one too. That held up well. Except there was one part where I tripped over a root, corrected myself, and like tweaked my back a little bit. But back held up. My grip, my hands are just terrible. They hurt, and as soon as they hurt, I let go of things. So I didn't do a lot of the obstacles that hurt my hands because I'm not looking to rip my hands open. I got things I gotta do with my hands. And I like having the skin on my hands. That's where the skin should be. So other than the fact that I'm a weenie when it comes to grip strength, I just had a good time out there. I got 4 laps, as I said. It was a great time, and I look forward to hopefully coming up and giving them more credit. Also, I don't know if I talked about the medal. It is massive. It is the size of my head. Big medal. And for the obstacles and stuff, I wore my GoPro for my 3rd lap, I think. And I'm going to see if my grandfather will edit that. I figured, like, the video is the easier part. The editing is very difficult, and I don't have time. Time is not something I have a lot of. So I figured this would be, if he's interested, he gets to see, like, my adventures through my eyes, which is pretty cool because he's kind of too old to do this stuff. And yeah, maybe he'll enjoy making that video, and so you guys can see it's a win-win. It's a win-win-win. You guys get to see the obstacles. It was a good time, and all in Gabe's backyard. What else do I want to say in case I forget during the intro and outro? Gabe overall, I only know him from today, but what I can tell, people spoke really highly of him. He was very nice when I showed up absurdly early. He's like, all right, do you have to use the bathroom? We have a porta potty. You can use the bathroom in my house. And I'm like, oh no, I'm fine with like a porta potty. I don't need anything special. But towards the end, people were freezing. I'm not gonna say hypothermic, but like the wind and the rain, it was tough. And so he told people that they could shower, and that was just really nice of him to literally open up his house. I mean, it was right there, but it was nice to see. And the fact that he's doing all this stuff for charity and giving back to the community, he sounds like a really great guy and a person that should be supported with this. And he said he's not in it for the money, but if you think about it, more people show up for this event. OCR does better. There's more people going to events. Hooray, there's that. Also more money to be donated. So do it for the kids. Damn it. And I think I'll end it there because I got another long time and I feel like I could keep driving and talking. But yeah, let's get to the outro.
Welcome back.
Thank you to everyone that took the time to talk to me both on and off the mic. I had a really good time this weekend. For related episodes, you can go back to episode 109, which was Mark Jones on Tough Mudder changes and the last Polar Bear Challenge with Elites and Rob Butler. Rob Butler is a very big inspiration for Northeast OCR, although he hasn't been big in the sport for a long time. And then episode 122, Viking Obstacle Races Cinco de Mjolnir Ultra with Elites. Unfortunately, that was the one time we've gone to check out Viking. Hopefully we'll be back there soon. Links down below. Would you kindly check those out?
Subscribe and follow wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a review on that purple podcast app.
Yeah, you can like and follow us on social media.
We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads.
Oh, I forgot about Threads, yep. You can also support us on Patreon for as little as $2 or as many as $10. Coming up next, again, the New England OCR Expo in West Boylston, Massachusetts. Use code OBSTACLES for $5 off, and we will see you there. I'm planning for that to be at least 1, maybe 2 episodes. It's going to be a good time. Caitlin, do you have a joke or a quote?
I've got both. My quote is from Mr. Ecker, and and suddenly you know it's time to start something new and trust the magic of new beginnings. And then my joke is, how do crabs honor their mom's birthday?
How?
They celebrate.
God damn it, I should have got that because I listened to that episode with you too.
I know.
All right, well, that just about wraps it up. My name is Michael Stefano.
And my name is Caitlin Ritter.
And we'll talk to you next weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe to our show and write us a review on your favorite podcast app.
You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook and connect with us there.
Most importantly, we would appreciate it if you shared an episode with a friend so we can reach more ears
and continue to effectively shine a light on the people in our sport, as well as the events that we are so passionate about.
Our intro song is Street Crew by Straight Up, and our outro music is Iron Call by The Best.
Mic test. I'm not done yet.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna do another couple laps after this, hopefully.
Keep going.
I need to breathe a little bit.
I'm eating the cupcake, but I'll talk.
Speaking for 3.
I don't know how good this. You're gonna have to cut it out.
Not completely. I don't think.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have said that, and I actually started this because I have social anxiety, and so I'm like.
Well, so do I.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not a public speaker at all.
Well, it's just you, me, and a microphone.
Okay.
And then hundreds of people listening.
Maybe.
You're good.
It's never been recorded before.
All audio. What do you say? Can will be used against you in the court of law? No. God, I need to find my pants.
You first. I'm eating pizza.
He's robing, not disrobing, but.